Welcome to RCSJ Today. I'm your host, Angie Pacini. We are very fortunate to have a number of instructors who bring real-world experiences to their classrooms. I'm here with Brandy Cahall, who teaches several sociology courses for Rowan College of South Jersey. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me today.
You have a full-time job that people might not expect. Tell us what you do.
I dispatch for a 911 center for a police department.
Tell me about the education path that you took to this interesting dual career.
So in undergrad, I was a sociology major with an emphasis in criminology. I've always loved working with people, and I wanted to be able to apply that not only in a real world scenario, but I also, enjoy people watching, and that's what sociology is.
Sociology instructor and 911 dispatcher seem like two very different jobs. How do these two positions complement each other?
So as a 911 dispatcher, we get to deal with various different types of people and different types of concerns. So when people call 911, it's usually for an emergency. I say most of the time because it's not always. But in sociology, we're dealing with society and societal problems and trying to understand people better. And I think that helps me be a better dispatcher because I'm able to apply some of the things that I've learned throughout my education and teaching to help people that do call 911 and do have emergencies.
Tell me something about the classes you teach.
Well, I teach several different sociology classes. I started at Rowan University, and I then shortly thereafter started here, teaching here at the community college. I teach Intro to Sociology, Sociology of the Family. I've taught social problems, and I think it's important for the students to take sociology. Sometimes they come in and they don't really know what sociology is, what it's about, why they need it. And I explain that in order to live in society and understand why things happen the way that they do, why we get married, why we stay married, why people commit crimes. I explain all that to them, especially in my intro class, because it goes through a little bits and pieces of almost everything. And a lot of the students don't really know that before they come in and take sociology, and I think it's very eye-opening. And I really enjoy giving them that firsthand experience, life experience that I've had, whether it be from my other career or just generally speaking. But I think the importance of sociology is crucial to learning how to adapt and understand the society in which we live in, especially the culture that we have.
Do you have any experiences from your job as a dispatcher that you'd like to share?
There are several things that I've had. I've been a dispatcher for almost 18 years now. I started part-time right out of college, and then I went full-time soon thereafter. And throughout the years, there has been a lot of various different types of calls, to more serious calls, to ridiculous calls, like you wonder why people call 911 for these types of things, an example would be somebody not getting the correct change at McDonald's. That happens quite often, and people, for some reason, that's their best way to get out their frustrations and think that it's going to solve all the problems, and sometimes it doesn't. But then you have really bad days where you might have a fatal accident or an officer injured in the line of duty. So it can range from very serious to very funny, to say the least.
One of your students wrote a nice profile of you for our school newspaper. How did you feel when you saw it?
I was really proud. I was honored that she picked me to interview for her journalism class, and she came up with a lot of really good questions. When she interviewed me, we went over a lot of those things, and I didn't expect it to be published. It was just an assignment for her class, and her journalism professor thought that it was really good, and she was able to publish it. So I was very proud, not only of her, but that people get to see exactly, everybody that is encompassing, the college and who teaches here and the different backgrounds we come from. So I thought that was very, very cool.
It's clear that you are very good at what you do in both of your jobs. Thank you for telling us about them.
Yeah, no problem. I just enjoy being here. This is a great opportunity for people to see everything that, we have to offer here at the college.
We'll be back in a moment with more RCSJ Today.
Are you ready to find your fit at Rowan College of South Jersey?
I'm ready
I'm ready
I'm ready
to find my fit
in human resources.
in engineering technology.
in healthcare.
With 6 divisions that include more than 100 degree and certificate programs, RCSJ gives you the choice to find a future that fits your goals. Visit rcsj.edu/enroll to start today.
I was really happy when I saw that there was scholarships for people who were in my specific situation.
It's allowed for me to just push forward. I could have stopped, but because of the financial support that it provided, I was able to just keep moving forward.
It definitely helped me a lot because it did pay for a lot of the expenses that I had. It takes off the load because then you don't have to pay it off in the future and you don't have to stress as much about the money, and then you can focus more on your studies.
I was overjoyed when I received the call that I'd actually received it. It was amazing.
Welcome back. I am a proud alum of Rowan College of South Jersey, and one of my favorite instructors was Dr. Sylvia Baer. I was very happy to catch up with her recently to talk about her latest accomplishments. Here's our chat.
I am pleased to introduce Dr. Sylvia Baer, a professor who teaches English composition and literature courses at our Gloucester campus. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
You recently received a unique honor when the City Council of Cape May, New Jersey named you the first ever Poet Laureate of Cape May. Congratulations, and please tell us about it.
Thank you. It was a real surprise. It happened a couple of weeks ago. The City Council called and left me a message to please call them, and my first reaction was, "Oh my goodness, what did I do?" But I called back, and they had decided to come up with something called a Poet Laureate, which a lot of different states have Poet Laureates, and some cities do. Very few cities do, though, and I think there's only one other in the state of New Jersey. But a Poet Laureate is supposed to kind of talk about poetry and read poetry at various functions and kind of bring the celebration of that particular art to the town. And they asked me to be the first one ever. And I said yes. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I get to define the role also because we're never really sure what kinds of things I will be doing. So I get to define that role, which is great.
This September, you marked a very significant milestone as you began your 50th year of teaching. Not all of that time was spent here. Please tell us about your career and how you became an instructor here at RCSJ.
Well, 50 years is a long time, so you don't want to hear all the details of that. There are a lot of details of that. But I started teaching at 7th grade. 7th grade was my first teaching opportunity right as soon as I graduated from college. And I loved teaching 7th grade. And I taught 7th grade for about 10 years while I was getting master's degrees and such. And then once I had my master's degrees, I started working at a small college in Maryland, which is where I was living, a small community college part-time. And I was an administrator in a school system for a little bit during that time while I was getting my PhD. And after I got my PhD, I had a couple of small jobs teaching and at the University of Maryland and a couple other places, and then moved here to New Jersey. I was a mom, am a mom, and a grandmom, and I had, as we all do, a lot of responsibilities, juggling all of that stuff. So getting a PhD was hard, but it's really been worth it because I get to teach at Rowan, and I'm very grateful for that and very happy with that. So yeah, that's kind of the 50 years in a nutshell kind of response to that question. What I've done during that time teaching, a lot.
You have a very creative way of teaching. Please share a few highlights that stand out for you.
Well, I've done all kinds of different things. One of my goals in teaching is I don't want students at the end of my course to feel like they never want to read again. I want them to feel like reading really matters, that the material that we study really matters in their lives. And I want them to sort of feel enlightened, smarter, more knowledgeable about the world and themselves. So I keep trying to find interesting ways to make that happen. I've done things with students. One time we made a quilt. I had them in class. I showed them how to do a little bit of stitching, and they wrote out the titles of a favorite book on squares, and then I made a giant quilt out of that. One time I did a scholar's shawl, and that students throughout the semester wrote their favorite quotes from American literature on this big piece of muslin fabric. And at the end, we sort of stitched the edges, and I wore it about, and that was great fun. Also, during my American literature course of major American writers, we study 6 writers very intensely. And what I do is I have them do projects, and sometimes they write things, sometimes they write poems. They have projects that reflect something about the author. I have something right here that just happens to be on my desk because I have a lot of these different pieces. This is one of my students made a statue of Emily Dickinson. And you see Emily Dickinson is wearing white as she almost always wore past the age of 30. Some of her books, you don't see some of the details, but there's a lantern there. This is just one of the many, many different projects that the students created. And I think that they're wonderful.
Do you have any suggestions for anyone considering a career in teaching or in writing?
Well, big questions, of course. I don't know about a career in writing because writing is a very interesting field, and it's so varied. You can have so many different types of writing. I have been certainly a poet all of my life, but I also write memoir. And what I think is really important about being a writer is writing your own truth and really understanding your mind as you're writing or after you're writing. Sometimes you don't know until after you write what you really want to say. And you have to be honest. You really have to be honest about your writing. My memoir is become more and more honest, actually, as I've gotten older, and I like it better. I think sometimes I was afraid, maybe, as a writer to include some things, or I don't know. I don't know what I was afraid of, but all writers are afraid. That's just part of the deal. But as I've gotten older, I've gotten way more brave about my writing. And I think I was telling you earlier that I have my first book Volume 1 is going to be coming out in August, which is wonderful. I'm really looking forward to that. It's been just an incredible task. But it's the first of 3 volumes is going to be out in August. As far as teaching, the question of suggestions for teaching, I think the one basic thing you have to love if you're going to be a teacher is you have to love students. You have to love the idea of empowering students, not just throwing things at them or forcing them into things that they really are not ready for or don't really want to receive. I think if you want to be a teacher, you have to try to find ways, and sometimes you're more successful than others, but you want to find ways to empower your students. And if you're not ready to find different, creative, interesting ways to do that, maybe you're not really ready to be a teacher, because it's very challenging. It is very challenging. And when you have a class of maybe 30 different students, all of whom have different needs, different personalities, different goals, you have to find ways to reach them. And again, with varying degrees of success, I've really tried to do that. But fundamentally, what I want is to empower them, is to give them lots of different ways to be powerful within themselves.
My friends, I always enjoy chatting with you. Thanks so much for chatting with me today.
Thank you for having me. This has been fun.
Thanks.
Are you ready to find your fit at Rowan College of South Jersey?
I'm ready
I'm ready.
I'm ready
to find my fit
In human resources.
in engineering technology.
in healthcare.
With 6 divisions that include more than 100 degree and certificate programs, RCSJ gives you the choice to find a future that fits your goals. Visit rcsj.edu/enroll to start today.
Power on your career in human resource management with a bachelor's degree through Rowan Partnerships Online. Flexible and affordable online classes prepare you for a career at the heart of any organization, big or small, local or international. As a human resources professional, support employees at all levels through the policies you set, the talent you cultivate, and the conflicts you resolve. Start your career in human resource management at rowanpartnerships.online.
Rowan College of South Jersey is constantly growing to meet the needs of our students and our community. We recently held a number of events to mark our latest expansion efforts. Here are some highlights of the groundbreaking for the Rowan Medical Center at our Cumberland campus in Vineland.
Rowan College of South Jersey, together with Rowan University, New Jersey Senate President Steve Sweeney, and the Cumberland County Board of County Commissioners, celebrated the groundbreaking of a new construction site on the Cumberland campus, unveiling plans for the Rowan Medicine Center, Cumberland. RCSJ student Angela Miller and Rowan SOM Dean Cavallari also spoke about opportunities the facility brings to students and the community.
We celebrated the opening of the Mechatronics Innovation Learning Lab, which we've nicknamed The Mill, at a ribbon-cutting ceremony held on our Cumberland campus.
We've got a lot of individuals that roam this campus with dreams, but we're not going to be able to get them unless we come together and push the institution further. So here we are again, celebrating expansion of curriculum, program, and all of the relationships that surround it.
And it's just wonderful to see this expansion of the Mechatronics Innovation Learning Lab.
This building is the result of a phenomenal network of collaborators. All of these various companies have poured into this vision because this is our future.
This is the time for Cumberland County and Gloucester together as Rowan College of South Jersey to recognize what we're doing. With this program, with the School of Engineering backing it up, we're finding ways to merge and give individuals 3 things: access, affordability, and pathway.
This is really a special relationship that we've developed between Rowan College of South Jersey and Rowan University. The unique and impressive state-of-the-art facility that we see right here is something that's going to help us build our partnership further.
A great example of how the college and the business community can work together to lift our workforce. Now, when it comes to recruiting, I couldn't have asked for a better partner in Dr. Bolden. She has and continues to be a very strong supportive of placing her students.
The students are ecstatic. Many of them want to be engineers. Many of them want to be technologists. Many of them want to be technicians. And they're excited about having hands-on experience. They're working with the very robots here in the mill. They're working with the very CNC machines that several companies use, including several of our local industry advisors.
You know, our young people are leaving and not coming back. Well, here's a story on how we're changing that needle and having them come back and give back to the community that provided so much for them.
You can build a home, you can build a dream wherever you want, but one thing you cannot build, easily at least, is a sense of community in a community such as this. South Jersey has a sense of community that I have not seen elsewhere.
And you realize how many opportunities truly are here. Educational, workforce, for our families to not only be educated here, but to hopefully stay here and make our community stronger.
What you're seeing today is another step in the direction of stay here. There is opportunity, there's quality programming. So I say it's a great day for Cumberland County, it's a great day for Gloucester County, it's a great day for Southern New Jersey.
The students absolutely love working in this building, and I'm excited. You guys get ready because a lot is about to happen. 2, 3.
Please stay with us. We'll be back in a moment with more RCSJ Today.
Are you ready to find your fit at Rowan College of South Jersey?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
To find my fit.
In human resources.
In engineering technology.
In healthcare.
With 6 divisions that include more than 100 degree and certificate programs, RCSJ gives you the choice to find a future that fits your goals. Visit rcsj.edu/enroll to start today.
The process of applying for a scholarship was fairly easy. They ask you, what made you apply to the scholarship? What do you intend on using it for? And it's just very comforting to feel like you're being heard in those questions.
Welcome back. We have a number of fun clubs and organizations at both of our campuses. RCSJ student Anthony Burgio created this video about some of the offerings at our Gloucester campus.
So student life is everything outside of the classroom on campus. So we are overseeing the clubs, we're overseeing the events that go on. We put on club day for all the clubs to come out to. We also do like arts and crafts and trivia and just really fun little stuff throughout the week. Honestly, everybody should come and join in just to have fun.
You would want to do unified sports because it's a fun program to do. We do soccer, basketball, and kickball, and we make so many friends. It's an amazing program. You would love it.
Well, this is the Gamers Guild. We play all kinds of games, from tabletop games to card games to video games. Any kind of game we play. And it's a fun time. We welcome anybody to come in, have a good time, make friends, hang out. Sometimes we stream the gameplay, sometimes we stream movies, and have fun on our Discord. But if you really want to come hang out and play video games or any kind of games at all, you should definitely come join us.
So people should join Music Society because we love spreading positivity and cheer, and we do that through music, which is something that has often brought a lot of people together. We believe that music uplifts and inspires, and we want to share that with as many people on campus as we can.
So DECA, we are a business club, and one of the great things about being part of DECA is it is a great resume builder. So it's something that you can advance your skills. We're very informal. We talk about, this semester we're going to talk about stock markets. You're going to learn how to invest, but it's a great way to get involved in the business department here and improve your skills.
Well, first of all, we have an amazing group that I think everybody's welcome. We give many volunteer opportunities out, and we're excited to meet others.
Yeah, and don't forget, we also have great leadership opportunities as well as scholarship that is available to all of our members.
Tell me why people should join the peer-to-peer group.
Well, to be honest, I joined it last spring as a way to connect with other students on campus.
We want to be a family. God is calling us together to be a human family in ways that we don't totally understand. And that's why it's exciting, because there's room for you at the table. And we mostly share our lives together, talk about what we're struggling with, and then we talk about Jesus in the Bible. And if you're interested in that, we'd love to have you.
Japanese Anime Guild, we watch anime. We also watch other things that people like to watch. So you could watch Disney movies, we can watch Marvel. So we are actually the Japanese Anime Guild Plus, and we meet face-to-face in the club room as well. So we generally meet on Wednesday afternoons, and everybody should join us. And even if you're not into anime, you might watch something that you like.
Student Veterans of America is a very unique organization. Military students all across the United States have the opportunity to come together and participate in mud runs, leadership opportunities, educational programs, scholarships, and camaraderie amongst the military.
So the Media and Broadcasting Club is where students gather that want to make videos. Mostly I'm looking for students to volunteer their time to the 2 TV shows we have here. RCSJ Today, which covers news and events around the college, and Roadrunner Recap, which covers sports at the Gloucester campus. You know, Dukes, you want to cover something, find me, Judy McKenzie, Director of Radio, Television, and Film. So Students Demand Action for Gun Sense in America is just all about gun violence prevention and gun safety. So I believe in your right to own a gun, but I would really like you to store it safely.
Look for clubs and organizations on our website to see what is available at each of our campuses. Please stay with us. We'll be back in a moment with more RCSJ Today.
Are you ready to find your fit at Rowan College of South Jersey?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
To find my fit.
In human resources.
In engineering technology.
In healthcare.
With 6 divisions that include more than 100 degree and certificate programs, RCSJ gives you the choice to find a future that fits your goals. Visit rcsj.edu/enroll to start today.
Power on your career in psychology with a bachelor's degree through Rowan Partnerships Online. Flexible and affordable online classes prepare you to make an impact, unraveling the mysteries of human behavior, advancing our understanding of mental health care, or simply helping others reach their full potential. Join a growing field that rewards those who work with their head and their heart. Start your career in psychology at rowanpartnerships.online.
That's it for this episode of RCSJ Today. Scan the QR code to see past segments. Thanks for watching.